Hello and welcome to round one with Grixis Scarab God. On the play, this would be an immediate keep. I'm going to try it on the draw, mostly because I can cycle away Sensor if it doesn't look like things are going to go in the Sensor direction. Depending on my opponent's card on two. Okay, well, Sensor's just going to be insane, so I'm not going to cycle it. Bet my opponent thinks I'm approach or something like that. Dark Salvation X equals 1. So I can either trade Sensor for the zombie or cycle it. I'm inclined to cycle it and just not care. I don't think saving Sensor for my opponent's 5 drops is good because I already have 2 good answers for 5 drops. I'm doing that because I don't think there's like a... I think that by the time things keep going, my red mana will be good. But realistically, there's a chance I want to abrade like a Diregraph that gets cast here. I guess they could be lining up for Diregraph plus a 1-drop. Do I have a good... that I'm facing... I think I'm facing down a little too much power if they have like Diregraph plus a thing. So I'm going to fire or disallow at that. Perfect. Okay. Scavenger Grounds is going to make that a little less good than it looks, but it should be okay. Okay, well, that's getting countered. I think I basically just have to fade another Mastery next turn, though I think the way this game played out, they probably have it. No? Wow. So I'm gonna actually... yeah, I think... I'm gonna abrade the zombie. I think I want to stem the bleeding so I can position my Gearhulk. Yeah, there we go. So I've got a Supreme Will. So I have to, like, think about what happens here. I think I just take, and then I can Supreme Will, yeah, I take this hit. And then I can Supreme Will end of turn. Okay, well, whatever that, yeah. Okay, so here my opponent gave me an opening to utilize Torrential Gearhulk to counter something. And I'm just going to do that immediately. Because they've now taken down their Scavenger Ground window. Basically, my entire thought process there was trying to... yeah, I want to... Let me just... I would Supreme Will... I'm just trying to set up a game where they expose... Like, just let me stick a Gearhulk and do something good with it. And that was that window. I have the Supreme Will, so this is all fine. I'm going to block one of those. I don't really care if my Gearhulk... Like, my Gearhulk's going to trade for a Grasp, I think, basically whenever. The Supreme Will should get me somewhere. We're actually getting pretty close to Scarab range. Though, I guess trading the Gearhulk this turn might not be the best. Yeah, that's fine. Everything about this is fine. They don't have a Grasp, so they probably have a push. I guess they could have a Dark Salve. Well, I'm going to dig for a Glimmer or something heavy hitting. Interesting. I think a Glimmer is actually better here than a second Gearhulk. As weird as that sounds, I think that I just have enough action in my deck with the Scarab Gods or whatever. Um, I don't even know if I like it's. This is actually kind of weird because those cards could both be really good, but they might just not. No, they're actually. The Fumarole is just gonna get pushed based on the cards in my opponent's hand, so I don't want it. I don't think Hour's a fine safety net, I guess. I'll keep the Hour, I guess, just in case of things going wrong. I'm going to main phase cycle the pools and see what's up. And I guess I play the tap land. Okay, now I'll fire my sweeper. Okay, Essence Scatter was not the greatest draw. I really need a bigger hit. I think that Gear Hulk was not good because it didn't get me a card draw spell. It just was literally a blocker. I think the Glimmer is the best. Keeping the Hour was right. I don't think the Fumarole... Like, just my opponents had cards stuck in their hand. I don't think the Fumarole is good. Whatever this... Yeah, that's just gone. Sure, you can just leave the party. They're going to get back a Dread Wanderer. So I have 2 turns. I should just draw a Scarab God right here. That's just the best thing possible, right? A Braid. I must have not played a land that turn through clicking. Which could, in theory, cost me. I think I fire this just to save... Yeah. That's fine. Oh, my opponent's just stuck with 2 Fatal Pushes they forgot to cast. No. Yeah, this way, if I draw another... Like, if I draw, like, runner removal spells or something dumb, I can, get out of this in a reasonable stance. So I think I'm supposed to fire that here. It's just a redraw, basically. I'm trying to figure out what my opponent's last card is. It could just be... There's no way it's a land. They'd have to have drawn so many lands. Okay. Not dead next turn. Hitter? Okay. Could be anything. I should do this now. I think maybe I should have done it on their upkeep, so they can't like fatal push their own creature. Yeah, they have the. Yeah, there we go. I mean, I was supposed to do it before they draw a card, but this way, there's like less things they can draw that matter, I guess. It's actually a really bad spot for me now. I don't actually know if the Scarab God saves me. Does it? I have no, because I get back Spray with a Gear Hulk. Yeah. Or I guess a Braid, and then the game is clogged up. Yeah, this is fine if I draw a Scarab God. As long as they don't tap both Ether Hubs to cast it. I'm dead. Wow. Okay, so I don't like Multiform Wonder here. I don't think a Braid is a great Magic card here. Definitely want the Spray. That might just be it. So, like, Negate's okay, but not amazing. Dragon Master Outcast is vulnerable. Like, they're just going to have some way to kill it in their deck, especially like Deadland, so I don't want to go down that road. Virtuoso is just chump blocking. Chandra's Feet doesn't do anything. Intimations is interesting, but I don't think it's actually good, and that leaves Wonder, which maybe I want another 5-drop, but I'm okay with just being able to abrade stuff at the right time. So we'll try this. I don't think I want Negate. I mean, they're gonna have like Mastery and maybe Salvation, and probably some discard. Yeah, this is fine. It's not the greatest hand because we do have a way to easily lose, but maybe I wanted one Negate instead of an Abrade. Let's see. Top, bottom, top, bottom. Top. Okay. Well, that not being a Crypt Breaker is nice. Okay, so we are in a bit of a bind if we miss. Yeah, actually, yeah, this is right on the play. On the draw, I have to reconsider because killing Crypt Breaker on time is a little... Like, Abrade is worse because it can't kill Crypt Breaker before it activates on the play. Or on the draw, when they're on the play. That was lucky. Okay. So I'm going to... If my opponent plays Relentless Dead or Diregraph, I'm going to Essence Scatter it. If they play Crypt Breaker, I'm going to Essence Scatter it. Yeah, I'm just going to take that. And I think anything... I don't even know what other creatures they could possibly have that would... like. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna take a look at some cards. That looks great. Okay, let's take a mountain and ignore the rest of those cards because I need to cast spells. We're going to lead on our 4th land untapped here. I think mountain's better than hub just so I have all red source that works without help. And the whole point of this turn is just if something gets cast that I'm afraid of, I counter it. Otherwise, it's time for Glimmer. Yeah, so that's not a card I really want to play against. I'm going to keep a Disallow so I can counter like a discard spell or something later. I think I just want to play the Fetid Pools. Okay, yeah, this is all fine. I'm in no rush to get anything done here. 14 life is basically infinity with this much card draw. Yeah. The interesting question is what I do if my opponent plays Salve for 2. Okay, Crypt Breaker is fine. That's also fine. And I'm going to Glimmer. And then my goal next turn, I need to Glimmer into like some threat. I don't think I want either of those. I don't think they get me anywhere. I'd rather just get stuff. I don't want to cast those. Let's see. Diregraph. I have basically infinite energy, so I should save this. And then here, I'm just going to abrade down the Crypt Breaker before it starts doing anything relevant. I'm in a bit more of a rush to get things done now this turn, but not too rushed. One, two, three. Dispossess. Yeah, I kind of want to counter that. I have concerns about, like, I think Gearhulk is one of my best cards on this game state against the multiple Dread Wanderers, so I think that I need to counter the Dispossess. I think I want to main phase of Glimmer. I don't think I want Supreme Will. I don't think I have time for Supreme Will. And then here, I believe I'm supposed to kill one of those Dread Wanderers in this combat step. Or literally right now if my opponent casts Crypt Breaker, right? So they can't draw a card. I guess if they don't attack me and they use... Yeah, this is fine. I don't care. This was this was actually just a really bad play on my opponent's part. We've reached the point of the game where time to them matters more than resources, because I clearly demonstrated that I have everything. So them just electing to say that my Harness Lightning is a 1-for-1 is just letting me untap with my mana, which is going to be the end of the game for them, probably. I think I want to do this. I'm doing some weird stuff here to kind of manipulate what happens. But I think that this was more important than anything that could have happened. Those are just going to get cycled. There's no reason to draw them. I want to play my untapped land, because this way I can... yeah, this is going to be pretty sweet. Basically, everything I'm doing here is trying to... So, Diregraph... I'm just gonna scatter that from hand. I'm basically just trying to line up a world where my Torrential Gearhulk forces them into a bind of either scavenging their own thing or letting me Glimmer, both of which are basically basically shutting them out of a lot of what's going to happen in the rest of the game. I think I'm supposed to do this now. I don't think they had played a land this turn. Okay, cool. I Glimmered. Yes. No. Good luck. Have fun. Oh my gosh, there's so much good luck to be had. I don't think there's a lot of fun for my opponent, though. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Especially. That's not an untapped land. This is definitely the land I'm playing for the turn. Yeah, I want to play Fumarole and pass the turn, I believe. I don't have any incentive to take action yet. Transgress the mind. That's annoying. But this is a reasonable opportunity. I'm going to be able to kill one of those Dread Wanderers here at the expense of my Scarab God. Yeah, this is going to target the Disallow. Wow, my opponent messed this up really bad. They're supposed to... Yeah, they're going to mess this up really... it's actually the same because the Exile resolves. Pretty sure they're supposed to wait, but... Yeah, sure. This is all resolved. My opponent has just literal nothing. And I think next turn it might be time to crank up the heat. I get to Fumarole in. Yeah, I think that that's what should happen next turn. Because my opponent's hellbent. Yeah, I gotta kill the... Like, they could draw, like, multiple masteries in a row or something dumb, and that prevents them from doing that if I just shove as hard as possible. I guess the first thing I should do is just cycle this Fetid Fools, because I just want to see what I draw. Well, pretty sure just an additional 5/6 flash is better than doing anything else. No, you are getting in there. Don't even pretend like you aren't Torrential Gearhulk. Okay, cool. We're done here. Okay, third game. Kind of want an... This is a thing I'm debating. Like, something in this range. I don't think I can cut Supreme Wills. I think digging for the right cards is too important. I kind of like a negate over a censor. Just like a spell that guaranteed hit stuff. I think censor's just kind of whatever. Like, it is a good card, but you can shave it a lot. I think I have to keep this hand. I'm not happy with it, but I think it does just enough. Good, good. That's good for me. If that was a Crypt Breaker, I'd be in real trouble. Dead. So since that's a dead, I want to cycle Censor because I'm probably gonna have to just take. Yeah, I'm gonna take my shot to abrade it. Is braid right? Well, yeah, braid. I was debating a braid versus harness there. Yeah, just get that out of here. But when I drew the mountain, it's very clear to use the abrade. Scavenger Ground is pretty good against this deck. If this is a Dispossess, my game gets a little annoying. But if it's not a Dispossess, I have a lot of ways to win. Yeah, this is fine. Okay. I have to hit a... I have to get to a Magma Spray is what I need to get to. So Canyon Slough. Playing a land this turn. I don't think I need it to be the hub. I don't see why I'd have to kill an X4 next turn. Yeah, no blocking going on here. Okay, I think that's fine. Cool. I think I just need a Supreme Will for the right card. Ooh, Hour of Devastation is nice. Scarab, all these cards are good. What am I supposed to do? The 3/3 Colossus? It's not Glimmer. I need one of the action cards. I think it's the Scarab God. The reason being, I think Hour doesn't actually answer the menace creatures or anything going on there. Okay, so now the next question becomes, how do I sequence my lands and plays here? I think I'm supposed to harness lightning the Diregraph Colossus, just to prevent myself from getting really run over here. And then I have to think about what land I'm playing. I think it's the Canyon Slough, given that I'm out of energy almost. I need the black mana for Scarab God. And it has to be a tapped land on that turn so that I can leave up Torrential Gearhulk the following turn. And I kind of just have to hope my opponent doesn't slam a Mastery here out of respect for a sweeper. They're gonna do the thing for 1. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so let's get a hub down. And let's cast the Scarab God and hope that this card is good. I mean, I know it's good, but I hope it's, like, good. If they have another X spell, I'm in really bad shape. But I don't think there's anything I can do about that. I hope they just have, like, Mastery, garbage. I don't know. This doesn't look like garbage. The fact that they're tapping mana quickly is not good. They're gonna... Yeah. Actually, Salvation... Oh, Liliana. Interesting. I don't think that does anything. I have a Braid, Supreme Will, Harnessed in Graveyard, and Censor. What did they hit? They hit nothing, and they get back probably a Colossus or the Relentless Dead. Getting back Relentless Dead is correct because of Menace. Yeah, I just take that. I don't care about this card here. That ability doesn't matter. I think I just play the other hub to get more energy. I'm going to be torrentialing this turn. If my opponent just attacks with the Relentless Dead at 5 mana. Yeah, that's fine. If they alpha, I'm blocking zombie and taking the rest. Oh gosh, but they can cast Relentless Dead through... Okay, I can't do that. So are they grasping? So if they grasp the Scarab God, I get to Gearhulk, kill 2 things. That's... that is better. So I know they have Relentless Dead in hand. So I'm casting this. I'm going to... I don't think I need the energy, so I'm going to Abrade. Actually, if I Braid the Relentless Dead, my opponent returns it to their hand, they can play the other Relentless Dead. I block there. I take 2, but my blocks next turn are pretty good. Also, one of the creatures I'm killing is Wanderer, so that doesn't really matter. Yeah, I actually want to kill the Relentless Dead, I think. Just minimize it. Makes my blocks next turn, I think, a little easier. Or not next turn, but like a couple turns from now, potentially. It also tightens up their mana, I think, a little more. Yeah, that's fine. I might have just talked myself into something really dumb. No, this is okay because it also lets me draw Essence Scatter. And if they returned Diregraph, I would think I was okay with that exchange. So I'm at 4. Just gotta hold out of it. I can't block that dead next turn because it. Yeah, so I have the God. Let's see what I draw. Not what I needed. I believe that while it is technically correct to play the tap land here, the actual right play is to represent having anything. I guess I could attack Liliana here. I think that that's correct, because I don't want to double block the Relentless Dead anyways, so this is definitely correct. I'm dead to a removal spell, but I don't really know what I'm supposed to do against a kill spell on the Scarab God anyways. Yeah, this worked out pretty well. Now, yeah, and this, okay, so punishing my opponent for that 1 mana actually lined up here so that my opponent can't block. And then Liliana's dead, which, ooh, whew. Cool, cool. Mostly just excited because this put a creature into the graveyard for the Scarab God. Nothing else about this is exciting. Okay. Doing some good work there. And putting a creature in the graveyard means that if my opponent minuses Liliana and flips multiple creatures, they are pretty problematic situation. Or if they hit a creature, I mean. So, transgress. I have nothing. That was probably the best possible outcome for me, was that my opponent decided to spend a turn doing nothing. This card fights hard. Okay, so that's Relentless Dead. This is actually really interesting. I'm going to let my opponent figure out what they're doing with Liliana and then discuss the implications. I don't know their last card. I don't have anything in graveyard that matters, correct? Yeah. All Erels. So I want to frame everything from here on out that my goal is to prevent my opponent from being able to meaningfully return creatures from their graveyard to the battlefield. They are short on resources to extend around the Scarab God. So the only way that they're going to get around the Scarab God... Oh, that was a huge punt on their part. Okay. So, upkeep. I don't actually think I want to do that. I think I just want to draw naturally. So, ooh, that was a nice draw. I'm going to play this that they know about. So, here, at least one of my creatures is going in at the Liliana. I believe it is supposed to be the Scarab God, because this is the one that my opponent's most inclined to want to kill. And this is just a free roll. I don't want to attack with both because then my opponent just effectively gets to neutralize both of my blockers to save their Liliana. Or to just, they get to bin their Liliana. This is fine. I just get a bunch of like graveyard fodder here for the Scarab God. Okay, so this play was also not good for my opponents. So they don't have anything to target. So here I just get to make, because for what whoever designed Scarab God just made it an instant for no reason whatsoever. I just get to make a zombie. Yeah. And I don't think it's out of range necessarily. I think next turn that didn't, no. Sometimes you just gotta check if Moto goes crazy on you. Okay, so now we have like the full defensive wall up. I think the only ways I can lose are Salvation and Mastery. So I don't, my opponent minuses Liliana here, I'm just gonna let that happen, I think. I guess I could get like Diregraph chained into like, I don't know. I had to think. I can't think of it. They'd have to like get back Diregraph, have another Diregraph in hand. I think it's more likely I die to a different card. I guess Mastery isn't even that good. So let's just make a Diregraph Colossus, you know. I think that's how I lose, is that my opponent drew Diregraph Colossus of a turn, gets 2 Diregraphs, and just draws a zombie for the rest of the game while I break. They can have Relentless Dead all they want. I do not care about that magic card. It has to go to the graveyard to matter, and that is what the Scarab God is good for. They're going to get back their Wanderer. Sure, this is all fine. Yeah, I believe this is full. Oh my gosh, and I get Scries. Everything is just, this is just over. Braid is like the best possibles. Bottom the land, draw the Braid. Here I get to attack Liliana with the Relentless Dead token and finish it off, prevent it from just like getting anywhere. I have no need to do anything else. And here, I think, so I'm going to play the Canal, and then I'm going to just force this Relentless Dead action right now with Negate up for the rest of the game. This just, like, makes it so there's no weird, like, my opponent gets to, like, put something else, I don't know. I actually have no idea what could possibly go wrong, but I don't want to think about it. I'm just going to do this. They're at 15. So it's not lethal next turn, but I abyss both of their blockers. What is this? Diagraph Colossus, sure. Is there other card Diagraph Colossus? That would be the problem. Worth noting, I want to attack with 4/4s here. Oh my gosh, I have Scries. No, wait, I actually had a decision there. I think what was actually, no, I would have just taken the Harness Lightning, harnessed down the Diagraph, and made a Diagraph, and just started beating down. Anyways, that was awesome. The Scarab God is awesome. Scavenger Ground is good against this deck, though.